Hey guys, Long Haul Larry, Big Blue. It is July 10th, 2019. And what you're looking at is the TA Truckstop in Troy, Illinois. You're looking at the shop. And I'm going to tell you they suck. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, that's probably pretty harsh words to use. But I'm going to tell you they definitely do. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. I came in here last night. Boss wanted me to get an oil change. I have no understanding why he didn't have this done out in Frederick, Maryland when the truck was sitting there. Right there at the shop. Whatever. So he asked if I could stop overnight at a TA, and get the oil change. Which I don't like. Because, I mean, if I'm driving all day long and then I check into a shop and, I need to get my oil changed, and they go, it's 3-4 hours or whatever, we'll get you in, go park out there. And then you go out there and you try to go to sleep a little bit, and then they're calling you, waking you up. Okay, yeah, bring your truck up here. And then you got to go sit in the break room. You're interrupting a night of sleep. And I don't like it when they do that stuff. I just don't like doing this kind of stuff and everything else. So I wasn't too happy about it, but I was whatever. I was going to do it. And and so I came down here and I talked to him. And I came here at 6 p.m. yesterday. Right around that time. And let's call it 6, make it easy. And I came in here at 6 p.m. And I checked in with them, and they said, I said, all I need is an oil change. And I said, I got a slight oil coolant leak on a hose. And I said, I know exactly what hose it is. All you gotta do is drain the coolant, pull the hose out, put a new hose out, a couple clamps, put the coolant back in. Hour tops, okay? And that's being pretty lenient. Oh, okay, yep. Yeah, it's gonna be at least 4 hours till we can get you in here for an oil change. And I looked at him and I said, listen, I'm not gonna do this. I said, I'll tell you what. I says, 8 hours, it'll put me around 3 o'clock in the morning. And I says, so why don't we do this? I says, you guys won't be so busy at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why don't we do this? Why don't we fill this out? And I'll go to sleep and get me an 8-hour sleep. And 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, whenever you have an open bay in the middle of the night and you're looking for something to do, you call me, I'll pull in. Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. I can fill this out. I can put on there it's for 3 a.m. And he said, so anytime around 3 a.m. they'll call you. I said, okay, don't call me in 4 hours. Want me to pull it because I said I'm gonna sleep. Oh, okay, yep, no problem. I'll write it right on here. So I said, hey, do you need to authorize this through my boss or anything for the payment and stuff? I said, because you don't need to be calling him at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we could pre-authorize. We have him in our system here. We can call and get this all pre-authorized, so we don't have to do it at the time and everything. It'd be all good. So as I'm walking out, I called the boss and I let him know what was going on. Said, they're going to call you in a little bit. I'm going to have this done at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're saying 4 hours. And he goes, oh, okay. He goes, well, have them DOT the trailer too. He goes, that'd be coming due in a while. He goes, just have them do it while it's in there. So I walked back in, told him, I said, hey, boss wants you to DOT the trailer too. Oh, okay. He goes, anything wrong with it? I said, nope. Trailer's all good. It's a brand new trailer, pretty much. Be a quick DOT. Okay, cool. So I pull out there and I go to sleep. About 9:45 at night, I get a phone call from the shop. Hey, why don't you go ahead and drop the trailer and pull your truck on up here, bay number 3 or whatever, so you said. I'm like, hello? You're not supposed to call me till 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah, I see that on here. Oh, okay, yep, don't give me a call then. So, whatever, went back to sleep. I wake up, my alarm goes off at 3:15. Figured they'd call me, it'd wake me up. They didn't call. 3:15 comes around, my alarm goes off. I look at my phone, no phone call. I sit there all patiently and stuff. 3:30, 3:45, 4 o'clock. That was the latest I told him was 4. Because I wanted to get through St. Louis before rush hour. So I sitting there, and finally I was like, what's going on here? So I walked out the truck, walked up in there, and I said, what's going on? You're supposed to be working on my truck. I'm supposed to be in here at 3 o'clock in the morning. Guy looks around. He looks way down, and here's my sheet hanging way down at the end of the room, hanging on a little clipboard down there. It says 3 a.m. written across it, big letters. He goes down there and grabs it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, pull it up to bay 4. And I said, well, how long is this going to be? We just got the truck. We just pulled in. We're just changing a couple of batteries out real quick, and then we'll get right on you. I says, cool. He goes, yeah, go ahead and drop your trailer. And I says, I'm supposed to get my trailer DOT too. Oh, well, I don't have anybody here to DOT a trailer. He says, not till 6. And I looked at him. I said, well, you're not going to get the oil change by 6. So when the guy shows up, he can jump right on the DOT of the trailer. Oh, yeah, okay, that works. He goes, go ahead and pull it in the bay. He goes, pull it up to the bay and they'll guide you in. I'm like, whatever. So I pull up to the bay, sit there. About 4:45 in the morning, the guy pulls me into the bay. Grab my stuff out. I show the guy, I said, right here's the leak. Right here's the hose you got to change. Little chunk of hose. That's the hose that's leaking. I want you to change it, put a new hose on there, new hose clamps, everything. Oh, okay, yep, no problem, because I can get to that. And I says, an oil change and then a DOT on the trailer. Okay, yep. There was no other trucks at this place. Sat in there. About an hour and a half later, I see other trucks being pulled up to the shop, being messed around with this stuff. Guy comes pulling up with two blown tires, and he's backing up to one of the doors. And I walked up to him, just kind of joking around with him, and I says, hey, you know, you got a flat tire. He's like, yeah, I gotta do it. I'm like, yeah. And he starts kind of grumpy with me, and he's like, yeah, I've been sitting here since 10:30 last night. They said they couldn't even put 2 tires on it last night. I had to sit here till they said I had to come back in the morning. I'm like, and he goes, I've been sitting out there, and he said, I've looked up there, and he says, they haven't had any trucks in this shop all night long. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I said, I've been sitting here since like 6 yesterday just to get an oil change. And he was like, geez, this is terrible. So he sat there messing around. Other trucks are pulling up, but blah, 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 and all this other stuff going on. Another hour or so, I walk into the shop. I look in there, and I look in the shop. Nobody's working on my truck. I walk in there, and I kind of was like, what is going on here? The guy was like, yeah, it's got a leaking hose we found, and yeah, we've called your boss, and we got authorization to fix it, and yeah, he's getting on that and stuff. And I looked at him, and I'm like, dude, that was already authorized last night. And I says, I pointed that out, which hose it was leaking this morning at 4:45. Oh, well, he's getting right on it. So I see him over there messing around with coolant and stuff, and they changed the hose out, I guess, whatever. So then I'm sitting around. I go back in there again. I'm like, what is going on? This is like noon now. I'm getting a little bit testy. And here's the guy with the tires they brought in this morning. He got up there like 6:30, 7 o'clock. He was backed up to the door. He was just getting 2 new tires till noon. Took him till noon to put 2 tires on the trailer. And sat there, and I'm just like, what is happening here? You know, and I was upset, and he's all like, well, you know, we had to fix. I said, listen, don't give me this excuses and stuff. And he's like, well, he's done with the coolant line and everything now. He goes, so now they're going to start the oil change. And I looked at him, and I'm like, you guys haven't even done the oil change yet? And he just kind of looked at me and stuff. And I says, you haven't even done DOT on the trailer, have you? Well, no. I looked at him, and I said, okay, DOT on the trailer's done. We're not touching that. I says, change the oil, and I'm leaving. So then he goes out. I hear him hollering for the mechanic guy, and you know, I walked out of there and stuff, and he told the mechanic guy, just do the oil change. So now I've been sitting there, and they finally called me, and they're good to go. It has been, it is 1 o'clock now. So I have been sitting here for what, 18 hours to get an oil change done, and to change a little coolant hose this big that I showed them which one was leaking. And here's the bill. They charge for an oil change and to change that little hose $663.85. I don't even know what to say. I say shame on TA Truckstop. I say shame on this shop right here. There's trucks just sitting in there forever. They come in there and they just pack trucks all in there and they made all the truckers wait. And they just kind of put the trucks in there and then said, okay, yeah, we'll get to it. And then all the truckers are just sitting around waiting for hours. How about you pull in a truck, work on that truck, get it done and get it out, and then pull the next one in. But instead what they do is they back up 5 trucks up to the shop and then they make everybody sit. I was the first one in there this morning, besides the guy that was getting his batteries changed. And he was gone in 40 minutes, half an hour or whatever, he was gone. There was no other trucks there. And now the place is just trucks everywhere. I just think this is a joke. And when I checked out and got the paperwork, the guy looked at me and he goes, yeah, I don't really know what happened last night and everything. And he goes, I apologize. I said, listen, let me tell you the story. And I told him exactly the story I just told you. And he looked at me and he goes, well, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. And to tell you the truth, that isn't really good enough. Because you know what should have done? He should have knocked his bill at least in half. He should have took a huge amount. He should have said, you know what? That is so wrong. You know what? Let me call somebody. He should have called the headquarters. Hey, we really screwed up. You know, we should make this good and stuff. This guy's got a bill of $663 just for an oil change and change a little section of hose. Let's make this $250 and let's give the rest back to him. That would have been something, at least. But nope, nothing. So now the trailer didn't get DOT. I really don't care. The DOT inspection is okay on it for right now, and I don't really care. This is the problem with shops out here. They do this all the time, and it's just terrible. So there you go. That's the life of a truck driver. Yep. You go into places like this and they get you so worked up and so upset about things, and then you're supposed to get behind the wheel and go out and drive in traffic. Yay. So now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I have to go around St. Louis. I am 30 miles away from St. Louis, and here we go. Well, here we go, boys and girls. 362 miles to go. Goodbye, TA. I don't know where this guy's going. He's probably going back where I always came from or something. I'm probably going out the entrance too. Not an exit. Auto exit. Well, we're gonna go out the truck entrance. That's what we're gonna do. on, Big Blue. We gotta make the light. Oops, I jumped a gear there. I knew it was gonna turn yellow on me. Finally rolling like that big old herd of turtles. Yikers, guys. It's coming down in St. Louis. Woo! I was watching the news, the TV, while I was sitting here and I ate some breakfast while I was messing around, waiting for my truck to get fixed, and they were talking about how the Mississippi has dropped and everything else. Woo! This is coming down. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the road is like probably an inch deep or so of water. Ooh, there's a big lightning bolt. Coming down. It's not so bad right now. It was a lot worse a little while ago, but it's still coming down hard, boys and girls. Woohoo! Hey guys, we are done with Missouri and welcome to Arkansas or Arkansas. We're running southbound at 67 here, heading towards North Little Rock. Got 174 miles to go. We're just making our way the rock and roll highway, Highway 67. Way station is closed. Yay! This truck up ahead of me, man, this thing is dog tracking so bad. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it or not, but it's really bad. I can actually see the whole trailer on my side. I mean, he's like over the center line almost driving. It's really bad. We're making our way down there. We'll get down there tonight, just before 8 o'clock. Get a full night's sleep. I'll just park right out on the road in front of the place. I've been here, this place before, with ADL, and I'll just park out on the road in front, pull in the morning. I actually found out what happened with having to get an oil change this week and not getting it back at the yard. I think I found out what happened, and totally understandable. So it was no fault of the boss and nothing like that. It just, something happened, so. We are just making our way down there. Not sure why he's going so slow too. Kingdom Hall, Jehovah's Witness. think I'll just let you guys go. I think I'll just see you guys tomorrow. You guys have been here to this place with me before. It's North Little Rock, U.S. Foods, just kind of out in the country a little bit. Can't remember, there's another trucking company that's right next to it. Ooh, that car barely made it in there. And I'll be there in a couple hours, and then I'll just shut her on down. So I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night. Still watching this here video. If you are not, certainly can change all that around. Try it all over again tomorrow. I shall catch you later. See ya.